After earning 4 points on a 3-game road swing, culminating with a smash-and-grab draw in Detroit, the Tampa Bay Rowdies return to Al Lang for the first time in nearly a month. Tonight, Orange County SC makes the cross-country trip from Cali with hopes of spoiling the homecoming. Rowdies and OCSC next. It is a soccer night in downtown St. Petersburg. 4th in the East, Tampa Bay meets 8th in the West, Orange County SC. It's the Rowdies pre-match show brought to you by Farah & Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers, online at farahandfarah.com. Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thank you so very much for joining us for Rowdy Soccer here on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN+. And to my right, a guy that needs no introduction in these parts, former Timbers and RSL goalie and Rowdies legend, Jeff Attinella. Hey, good to have you back home, buddy. You know what it means to play in these here at Al Lang Stadium in these friendly confines.
I do, absolutely, and it's really one of the best home field advantages in all of the USL. And when you're talking about a pitch, there's no better pitch without the entire league. And we're talking about a home crowd and the way that they're able to energize this group. And on top of all that, you have the heat in Florida in July that the Rowdies will try to use to their advantage. It really is one of the best home field advantages in the entire league.
Our players to watch tonight brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint, and Eddie Manjoma won a championship in Phoenix last year. Good to have him in the green and gold.
Absolutely. He's a player that knows what it means to win a championship first and foremost, but also look for him to be out wide tonight. It's really important for him to get the ball wide, get those services inside the box. And when you're talking about when he's on the far side, one of the points of emphasis was getting those wingers crashing into the far post. So look for him to be a little bit more active inside the box tonight as well as they try to get some more different goal scorers on the score sheet.
Orange County had been in a slump, but busted out in a big way, bossing Memphis 4-1 last week. Bryce Jamison, Jeff, was a big reason why.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only did he score a goal, but he also drew a penalty that led to another goal for this Orange County team. And the way that the Tampa Bay Rowdies want to play tonight, they want to throw those numbers forward. And Bryce Jamison is that outlet ball. Whether he uses his size to hold the ball up or his speed to get in behind that Rowdies defense, the Rowdies are going to have an eye on him, even when they're pressing high up the field, because he's that threat in behind that could cause some problems.
It's the 4th ever meeting and a rematch of that 2021 USL Championship final. Orange County SC and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, starting 11s and kickoff coming your way next.
At Farah & Farah, we simplify your paperwork and make signing case documents a piece of cake. Farah & Farah, here to make it easy. How long does it take to set up a free consultation with Farah & Farah? About this long. Farah & Farah, here to make it easy.
When you're going through a personal injury, the little things matter. At Farah & Farah, if you can't come out to meet us, we'll come out to meet you. Farah & Farah, here to make it easy. No matter how you've been hurt, in a car accident, on the job, or from a medical mistake, it doesn't matter. Life goes on. How that life goes on is where we come in. Farah & Farah.
Back in St. Pete, our Rowdies pre-match show continues from Farah & Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers. Let's take a look at the starting 11s. First for the visitors from Orange County. Jeff, they go with a 4-1-4-1.
Orange County, one change from the lineup that got that 4-1 win against Memphis as number 30, Nakim, comes into the center back position. And be on the lookout for number 15, Chata, as well. I think he's going to have to be very busy tonight, especially in that defensive midfield role.
Well, Robbie Nielsen said his team needs goals from more than just Arteaga and Jennings. 3-5-2, very familiar to Rowdies fans.
Yeah, there's 19 goals combined between Jennings and Arteaga, but look for Perez, number 98, and number 18, the youngster Worth, to make those runs from that center mid position, getting in behind, filling those roles on top of the box so they can get those shots on goal, so we can start seeing some other names pop up on that Tampa Bay Rowdies score sheet.
Rowdies will be in the home greens with the yellow and green hoops on the sleeves and socks. Classic look against Orange County. Black shorts, orange tops. They'll go left to right here in this first half as we get set for kickoff. So glad to have you along wherever you happen to be here on Tampa Bay's 44 and ESPN Plus. Jeff Radcliffe, Jeff Attinella, returning home for the first time to call a Rowdies game. So pleasure to be with you on this one.
It's so special, isn't it? It's such a special place. You look around here, especially for me personally, but just knowing the history of Tampa and the history of Tampa sports, anytime you see the hoops, you see the green and yellow, you know what it means to this area, and really just such a phenomenal job that they've done here. Every time I come back to this stadium, I'm in awe. You have the water out, you have the field, the fans pack the stadium, green and yellow everywhere. Should be a really special night here tonight at Al Lang.
There's Robbie Nielsen, the Scotsman, reached the midpoint out of his first USL season. His exploits as a player and manager at Hearts are the stuff of legend, of course, back in his native Scotland.
And speaking with the players, something that Robbie Nielsen's done a great job of, it's really being able to communicate with the players and checking on their mental status as well. And that's something that you don't see from all managers. Not everybody understands what it's like to be a player, what it's like to go through the mental grind, and that's something that all the Rowdies players were speaking of about Robbie Nielsen and what he's been able to bring to the group on the sidelines this year.
Paul Hardiman, the interim head coach, as we finish up our coaching matchup brought to you by Farah and Farah, and his game on here in St. Pete. Hardiman took over for Morten Carlson, who's now the manager at Lyngby in Denmark. He got his first win, did Hardiman, last week, the 4-1 win at home against Memphis 901. A good team. It's a good result.
It was, and anytime you're going through a coaching change like this, especially at this stage in the season, for players it's a little bit refreshing as well because you get new eyes on what you're doing, and it just kind of gives a new look and a new voice to the locker room, and they obviously responded really well with that win versus Memphis.
In the attacking posture here for the first time. We will go through our injury report brought to you by Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. A bit of a mash unit really for both sides. You see the players on your screen. Fernandez continues to have those little nagging injuries. Olaski on the other side, a huge loss. A guy who can score a lot of goals for Orange County. First set piece opportunity of the night for Tampa Bay. Going to be taken by the young Nate Worth, 18 years old in his first start. Lets it fly, headed back into the area. Corralled and put back inside. It'll roll to the keeper, Colin Shuttler, native of Middleburg, Virginia. Keys to the match. Also brought to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers.
Well, for me, I think the Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight, they need to make this Orange County team uncomfortable. You get a look at what's going on here.
The other way, and a diving save made to the left for Jordan Farr, as they do play very, very direct at Orange County.
They do play direct, and I really think that they need to weather that storm, and that's a little bit what we talked about in the open when you're talking about that direct play that Orange County is going to have tonight. That's one long ball over the top. Tampa Bay needs to be settled in that back line, making sure that they're aware that Orange County wants to play a little bit more direct. As we see on the replay here, it's a good outside run, and Jordan Farr was really up to the task. He has a good angle, he gets a good touch to it and puts it into a safe spot, but another situation here for Tampa to deal with this corner kick.
Look on the replay. That one whipped in and safely in the hands of Farr. All replays tonight brought to you by Orlando Health at Bayfront Hospital. Boy, it is a high-paced start here in the heat of Tampa Bay.
It is, and initially I really thought that it'd be Orange County that'd have to weather that storm in these first couple of minutes, because one of the talking points when we talked with the Tampa Bay Rowdies was about how they wanted to swarm, they want to press, they want to overwhelm this Orange County team. But here early in the first 3 minutes, Orange County has been more than up to the task. They're getting balls in behind, dangerous situations on that set piece. So I think if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies, maybe calm down a little bit, the excitement of being back home, get back to being a little bit more structured and settled into this home environment.
Orange County used to playing in nice weather, but maybe not in the soupy humidity here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is nice weather, but if you're not used to it, that humidity will really drain on you. But so far, Orange County looks very comfortable.
On the front foot here to start. Each team has had one corner And we're not even 4 minutes in. Switching there from Chatta. And they looking in for Jamison, who got a flick header in the box. And didn't miss by much, but he was offside.
You know, that was a great switch of the ball there by Chatta. As you see, he opens his body up, plays the ball all the way across the field. Not much defensive help on that outside wing. The Tampa Bay Rowdies, they want to get their wingers forward. They want them to be a little bit more offensive-minded, but especially as you begin to settle into this game, you're going to need to step up, play a little bit more defense if you're the wingers. Understand where you are in your block and making sure that you're not getting those back three of the Tampa Bay Rowdies overwhelmed by those outside runners of Orange County.
You see Owen Lamb came really high up the field there. On the right back out of Santa Barbara. Had a cracking goal against Memphis if you didn't see it. You're getting goals from the outside backs. That's a bonus. Here's the throw. Kyle Scott, the captain, trying to manage things in the attacking third. Referee tonight, Eric Tattersall. He's assisted by Matt Trotter, Carlos Morales Lastra, and Alejo Calume is the fourth official on the far touchline. The throw. The ball reset just inside their attacking half. This is Guillen. Immediately hassled was Lewis Hilton. Well, if you think you were going to get time on the ball, you can forget it. Trying to find Manjoma on the outside. Yields a Tampa Bay throw.
Tampa Bay playing really direct to start this one. As the game starts settling in, I like to see them get the ball through the midfield a little bit more. Maybe try to break these lines. This formation that Orange County played, they want to keep everything in front of you. So I understand the direct play to start the game, but as the game starts to spread out, try to get the ball to the midfielders, break those lines, get by that initial line of pressure, and you can settle the ball a little bit more. That's a great ball there, just what I was talking about.
Arteaga collects. Manjoma on the overlapping run. To Arteaga. Hilton switches it to the far side. Just off the ball, outside of the 18. Collected, left-footed shot goes in. Tampa Bay goal. Jennings just has the foot for it. Doesn't need a lot of space to get the shot off. And it's a 1-0 lead here for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we talked about how this game was off to a fast start. I think it's one that the Orange County goalkeeper would like to get back, but Jennings picks the ball up out wide, takes that touch to the inside, and it just squeaks right through the legs of Charlotte. One of those goals where if you're a goalkeeper, we've all been there before, one of those saves that you know that you're going to make. Maybe he picked his head up, thought about it a little bit too early, thought about that transitional moment. Absolutely one that the goalkeeper would like to get back, but a great start here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Anytime you're able to get on the score sheet early in a game, and this should help them settle down a little bit as we see Orange County not afraid to go for it off the kickoff. It's been a very, very fast start. Jennings doing a good job taking that touch inside. And hey, like they talk about in soccer, if you have the opportunity to take a shot, especially if you're a forward, put the ball on net, put the ball on target, and you never know what could happen. And that's going to see us with the Tampa Bay Rowdies getting that 1-0 lead.
You miss all the shots you don't take. As Ops Mob and the Skyway Casuals smoke bombs off early tonight. They often say when you concede a goal this early, it's given, not earned. In that case, it would be given.
Absolutely. You know, I have a little soft spot for the goalkeepers when you give up goals like that, but for Shuttler, it'll be his job to shake it off. That's part of being a goalkeeper, is worrying about the next save. But something that this game, an early goal like this, will lead this game to be a little bit more open. It'll be a little bit more stretched now, as Orange County will have to step out a little bit more trying to get the goal back. And before that build-up, it was a better job by the Rowdies. They did a good job passing the ball in that zone, moving the ball, quick touches, trying to play through this Orange County line. And ultimately, it's Jennings who has the open look.
With Cal Jennings' 10th goal, the Rowdies have donated another $250 to Orlando Health Bayfront Hospital. Now tied for the team lead with Arteaga.
20 goals now combined between the two, Arteaga and Jennings.
These two tied now for third in the league in goals scored. Tiaga, who came over with Manjoma from Phoenix. You have two championship pedigree players now on your side. Hustle and tussle down, go in behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, probably should have put a foul call there, but referee opted for a goal kick. Great ball there by far.
Boy, again they go direct. Jennings will set up shop, try to get the edge. Can he lay it back? He can. And it'll be a corner kick. Second of the night for Tampa Bay.
That's 2 or 3 times now that we've seen this direct ball by far getting over top of that Orange County back line. Jennings making that good run. And you can tell anytime if you're a forward, it doesn't matter how the goal is scored, but anytime you're able to score a goal earlier in that, you can tell he's starting to feel himself a little bit. He has that rhythm, taking those defenders on 1v1, creating another opportunity for his team.
It's the hold up. On a corner?
No, I think Doherty's dealing. I think he was trying to fix his shoe from that tackle.
Oh, okay.
That foul called goal kick.
You got to wait for him. All right, good job. So Perez will be on the ball here. Los Angeles native, now in his second season in Tampa Bay. Fine left foot. Marks it high, right at the 6-yard. Hilton at the 18. Put back inside. And too far out in front for Pacific Nyangabiri. Here come Orange County. This is Lamb. USL Team of the Week member alongside his teammate Kyle Scott for that 4-1 win in their efforts. Cut off. And again, direct ball offside. Flag comes up quick. On Zubak.
That's 2 or 3 times now. You're starting to see a little bit of the formula of what Orange County is trying tonight. They understand it. They know that the Tampa Bay Rowdies want to throw their wingers forward. So Orange County is going to try to exploit those spaces. When the Rowdies defenders leave that space, maybe thinking to attack a little bit more, trying to get the ball wide if you're Orange County, exploit those spaces in behind, put the pressure on the back three of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Just need to get the timing right with their runs if you're Orange County, but something to be aware of if you're Tampa. Those wingers might have to play a little bit more defensive than they're used to playing.
That's it, fly to halfway. 50-50, won by Tampa Bay. There is Manjoma with space to operate. Fence closes in and be pulled back here. It's a player for Orange County down on the mat. Check for a head injury.
The Rowdies faithful, they're not going to like this one. Manjoma was off on the run. He had a 1v1 situation, but this is the right call by the referee. Anytime a player goes down with a head injury, you need to make sure you check, you need to make sure he's okay.
17-year-old Ben Norris, player down on an academy contract. Getting his second start. Robbie Nielsen. Ooh.
Just get another look at it here. Yeah, just 2 heads. It almost looks like 2 heads hitting each other here. Looks like everything's okay, but always important to check when you're talking about a head injury. You need to make sure everything's okay down on the field for the players as well.
See that young man up. More of a glancing shot, which is good, not direct. See Paul Hardiman now, the native of Portsmouth, England. Quite the pedigree as a player. Had a goal against Liverpool in the FA Cup in the 80s. Played with Bristol, Sunderland, Portsmouth. Passing that knowledge on now to his team as the interim head coach. Or managers, they would say, across the pond. Get around the edge. Race to the line. And it goes in behind for goal kick.
It didn't come off on that one, but I love the run from the central midfielders for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Once that ball swings wide, look for Perez, look for Worth to make those runs in behind, trying to split the space between that center back and the outside back that has to cover those passes out wide. Try to create that space, get in behind, whip the ball into the box, maybe have another opportunity on goal. But those runs from the midfield, the runs from the midfield position is going to be important for the Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight as they continue to try to break down the lines of Orange County.
Flood. See if they can play the ball on the ground. Kleeman's got it. Hilton will initiate the buildup. Guillen. Joma's angle was cut off. Good defensive work by Orange County as they now inside the area. Get it away. Doherty says it was off of Orange County. It certainly was.
It's great defending there from Doherty, keeping the Orange County attacker out wide, forcing him into that 1v1 situation, putting him to the end line. But if you're Guillen there, you have to be a little bit better with the ball. If your first option isn't there, put your foot on it, play a little bit quicker. You know that Farr's good with his feet as a goalkeeper. Just a little bit more patience. Swing that ball side to side a little bit. Even if your first direct ball isn't on, put your foot on it, bring it back around, try the other side. There's options to play there. Don't need to risk it there in the back if you're Guillen.
Well, relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitampabay.com. No shortage of things to do here in the Tampa Bay area this time of year. Getting behind, shot on the way, and in. And will be waved off. Waved off.
Oh, and again.
So Arteaga thought he had it.
Again, just a little bit of problems there in the back line for Orange County. It's a very direct ball. Center back goalkeeper unable to deal with it. Ball just bounces over Charlotte's head. Unfortunately, Arteaga puts that one a little bit wide. But again, it's that direct ball through the back. Beats the goalkeeper over the top, missed timing. Maybe thought his center back was going to win it. Just not on the same page there. A little bit more communication. That's one that Arteaga will absolutely love to have back. It doesn't come much easier than that with the open goal, but he already has 10 on the season, so there'll be more opportunities for him tonight.
Shocked him that he got the ball that easily. Now comes Orange County trying to pounce. That one sent on a line, but over the top. Goal kick for Farr.
It's been a good pace to this game so far. A lot of back and forth action. Both teams opting to play a little bit more direct than I would have thought, especially to start this game, but those direct balls defensively, you need to be worried about those direct balls over the top here. So far, either side really has done a great job of judging those balls, and both attacking teams have been able to get behind.
Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Yeah, you can't look down at all in this game. You miss it going end to end quite quickly.
Well, I think that's probably been the problem on the field as well. Both teams, the second they put their head down, there's a direct ball coming over the top. Especially from goal kicks, times where you think the team might put their foot on it a little bit. Both teams playing very direct. Always have to be aware.
Another one. Simply measured by Shuttler. 25-year-old now in his third season. Currently ranks third in USL in saves with 51 coming into the match. Not necessarily a stat you want to be high up in, right?
No, but it's a goalkeeper. It's a goalkeeper who's been in good form this season. He's been able to make saves. I think that's why that goal was so surprising.
Turned over. Perez. We'll roll back to center. Guillen kept it in. And Gabiri lets it go. Misses the target.
That's a good look and really good play all around here from the Tampa Bay Rowdies as Perez able to find himself down that byline. Cuts the ball back. Unfortunately, Hilton wasn't able to get on the end of that cross on top of the box, but he was in the right space. Just comes off a little bit, ultimately ends up for a goal kick after the ball bounces around a little bit. But again, it's really this direct play. Players on both teams able to get behind, throw the ball into the box, create these opportunities.
Just a couple of missed passes, though, that have went the other way. Be a little more careful when you're playing Tampa Bay. Jamison, he was the target there. And now back on the front foot. Youngabiri cuts and then cuts back out. Help comes defensively. Jennings around the edge. Will he lay it back? He will. Collected and put over the top, deflected out. Should be a corner kick for Tampa Bay. That is the correct call.
Man, Jennings tonight on this right side, it's like a knife through hot butter. He's been able to turn these defenders. He takes on the 2 defenders, able to find the run down the line. Goalkeeper does a good job closing out, lays that cutback just a little bit off with the pass. I don't think Perez was expecting it, but again, it's a good job by the defender recovering from that mistake. Able to get a foot on it and block it, but
might have been looking for Worth. Here's Perez.
Jennings having a field day so far down this right side, taking on these defenders with a little bit of ease.
Played short. Into the stands. About 20 minutes gone. Tampa Bay 1, Orange County 0. Having no problem for Shutt. Team's starting to settle down just a little bit, but Ken Lamb got all of that one.
Yeah, good composure there from the goalkeeper far as well. He's outside of his box, uses his head instead of the ball, but both of these teams very comfortable playing direct. I know we talked about it a couple times.
Sometimes you just got to be pragmatic if that's what you're best at. Jennings full of himself. Collected. Zubac. So they're going to hold it up. Oi! Clean up on aisle 23 from Manjoma.
Manjoma gets the timing absolutely perfect on that tackle. That's one that you had to get right as well. Anything besides the ball here could have been trouble, but gets the timing right and doing the work defensively that we talked about earlier in the game. Orange County trying to exploit the wingers, but the defensive work from Manjoma there puts out the attack.
Jennings on the ball again, pokes it through. Come back, Orange County will recover. Quite immediately, Doherty in there, challenge that short pass.
And I love that. I love that from defenders. Anytime Zubac, he's the number 9 for Orange County. He wants the ball at his feet. He wants to be comfortable. If you're a center back, don't ever let a target forward get comfortable. It doesn't matter how far you have to follow him around the field. Does a great job, even if it's a foul. Just does a good job making sure that Zubac knows the defender's there, gets a touch on his body, puts him down, just not allowing him to get comfortable no matter where he is on the field. I love when center backs are able to do that.
Fans, eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Tampa Bay throw. 22. Temperatures in the low 80s tonight. 50% chance of rain. Otherwise, it should be a great evening. Here's Doherty. Again to Jennings. Left-footed, make that right-footed cross. And poked out will be another corner kick for Tampa Bay.
Jennings just doing an absolutely brilliant job tonight, timing his runs behind this Orange County back line. As the Tampa Bay defense starts to build with the ball, you see that Orange County back line pinch up a little bit, which makes their block very, very tight. So for Jennings, that spacing behind is going to be on. That's why you're seeing Tampa Bay play very direct, and that one was a through ball behind that back line. He makes a run across the center backs, finds that space behind, able to draw another corner kick for the Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight.
And played short. Carbon copy of the last corner. And given away. Another direct ball. Misjudge on the roll, I think. Manjoma. Here's Hilton. So tough on the ball. Just string a couple of passes together, you'll get your chances. Rowdies coming off a 3-game road trip. Haven't been here in almost a month. Want to get the full 3 tonight for sure. Currently in 4th place in that Eastern Conference.
And again, it's a center back. Step into the number 9 Zuback for Orange County. Just not allowing him to get comfortable at all. He wants to come back and receive the ball. He wants to get a touch on the ball, try to find his rhythm in the game, but all 3 center backs from Tampa Bay not giving him the opportunity to get comfortable.
There's Lamb. Zuback. Held up. See Jamison. Zuback waiting for a ball over the top. Turn from Flood. It's back to Chatham. Interrupted in by Doherty. And here come the Rowdies. Artiaga holds up. Diagonal ball crossing the halfway. Nyangabiri giving chase. Come back to Orange County.
And if you're Orange County, I think those are the moments where you need to be especially careful. You're in your build-up. Tampa Bay Rowdies are in their block. It's really the first time tonight that we've seen Tampa Bay Rowdies having to block defend. Orange County trying to get a little bit of that possession. But instead, they turn the ball over, and the Rowdies go quick. When they get the ball, they want to go quick. They'll put the ball in over the top. But if you're stretched in your block, if you're Orange County, you have to be aware of those turnovers. You can't be playing careless passes because the way that the Rowdies want to attack, it's quick. It's very direct. As you see it here, they're spread out, and we get an opportunity.
Hilton sends it through. Chase from Nakim. Will survive that one. Left side, Dogman. Back to Tampa Bay on the throw. Grand Central Brewhouse is a 2-story brewery, tap room, and beer garden located in the heart of the Grand Central District. The brewery features traditional lagers and ales poured directly from European-style serving tanks, resulting in fresher beer. Place to go after this match. Grand Central Brewhouse. Kleeman. Joma. Foot of Hilton.
It's good work there from Hilton. He's a big part of the reason that Tampa Bay is allowed to play in the formation that they do. Providing that space in the middle, able to connect between the back line and the forwards, moving the ball from side to side. That's what you need anytime you're trying to break those lines.
Direct again. Field. Beautiful night for the beautiful game here in St. Petersburg. The more iconic views in the USL Championship, or really all of North American soccer.
Looks like we might be dealing with some type of lightning delay here.
Referee Tattersall brought everybody in, and now everybody seems to be coming off. You may be correct. So we have confirmation. Lightning in the area must be behind us because it looks pretty good straight away, but we're always going to opt for safety.
Yeah, I think this was the only thing that might have been able to slow down the fast pace.
Yeah,
the fast pace that started this game, but get the players off the field. Everything that we're looking at looks pretty beautiful. What you're seeing on the TV looks beautiful as well. So must be something going on behind the stadium.
Well, the Rowdies off to a lightning quick start in this one on the goal from Cal Jennings, minute 3. And we will halt this match shy of a half hour. 1-0 to the good for Tampa Bay. Fans will head for shelter under the stands. And we're going to be in a holding pattern for at least 30 minutes. Well, it's the reality of living in Florida this time of year. Ryan Sudol with the announcement. Well, this is always something as a player. You hate having that delay because now you got to warm it all back up.
Yeah, it's something that as a player you have to really, the mental side of the game starts to come into play. And then we talked about the home field advantage when you're talking about in the open, the field, how hot it is as well. But even in these weather delay situations, this is a situation where the home field has that advantage because they're in their friendly confines. They have all the snacks, they have all the water, they have all the equipment, right, all the things that you need to stay energized, all the things that you need to keep your body ready. And on the other side, if you're Orange County, you're in the visiting locker room, you just have what you brought with you on the trip. So
yeah, you were saving that for after, right? Or halftime.
Definitely adds a little bit of a wrinkle into this one, but the game was off to a fast start. And hopefully, it doesn't look too bad here. We're looking at it live. It doesn't look too bad here around here. So hopefully it's one of those delays that, it's just one lightning strike and we're able to get back on the field as fast as possible.
So lightning in the area, weather delay here in Al Lang. We'll delay this match for at least 30 minutes, Tampa Bay and Orange County. The goal from Jennings in minute 3, the difference. And we'll be in a holding pattern. So, Jeff, what's the longest you've ever had to wait in a weather delay in the places you've been?
Hours.
Probably here.
Hours,
Yep.
Hours and hours. There's been different elements, of course, but lightning's always the one that keeps you off the field the longest because with every lightning strike, it adds a couple minutes to the delay. But yeah, there's weather delays. You might have to tough out, especially a place like Houston. Some of those storms, storms will keep you. Some of those storms will keep you in the locker room for a long time. Fortunately, here in Florida, they seem to come and go pretty quickly. So no matter what we're dealing with, hopefully it's one of these things that comes and passes through pretty quick, so everybody can get back in the stands.
The lightning is one thing, but I've heard from some players they enjoy playing in the rain. Maybe not if you're a goalkeeper because the ball is going to skip on you, but players tend to like that. Was that a situation you had in the Pacific Northwest when you were in Portland?
It rained all the time. So the players love. So for the goalkeepers, it's not as fun, but for the players, they like playing in the rain because it makes the field a little bit slicker, makes the ball move a little bit quicker, which speeds up the pace of the game and also cools everybody off. But being from Florida, one of the worst weather delays I had to deal with. Well, it wasn't delayed; it should have been delayed. I played in the coldest game in the history of MLS in Colorado. It was the opener for Colorado, and it was a snowstorm that I wouldn't wish upon anybody. And we're out there, the same things that you would wear here in Florida. You got your jersey, you have your shorts on, and you're dealing with elements, you're dealing with snow and things like that. So it's just part of being a player, having to deal with the different elements, especially when you travel around the country, as big of a country as we have. That you're dealing with different things all the time, but it's just that ability to adjust. And of course, you just have to stay mentally ready and try to stay mentally tough because you're going to eventually end up back on the field. So everything that you did to get yourself ready for the game, you almost have to restart it and go through that process again.
I think we can safely say we're not going to have an orange ball game because of snow. We don't have rain right now either. We do have lightning. We are in a delay, and we will bring it back to you here on ESPN Plus in Tampa Bay's 44 when this delay is over. We'll talk to you soon.
especially if you're sitting in the metal bleachers. Please evacuate to the concourse immediately. Again, fans, for your safety, if you are sitting in the bleachers in the seating bowl, please evacuate to the concourse immediately.
to have you along. Had a lengthy weather delay that started about 8 o'clock, exactly 30 minutes into the match. Jeff Radcliffe, Jeff Attinella. And this kind of certainly affects, as we were talking before we went in, before the delay, it can affect really how these players come out and play after they have to re-warm up.
Yeah, well, refinding that energy, right? Anytime that you start a game as a player, you go through your normal warm-ups, you go through progression, you go through the mental, whether it's visualization, maybe it's going through different things that you're going to do on the field or things you want to try. But anytime that there's a weather delay, it's about regrouping. You don't really know when you're going to get back on the field, so doing your best to, one, get your heart rate down, get that adrenaline down a little bit, because you don't want to spend too much energy on that when you're sitting in the locker room. But also at the same time, when you're back on the field, trying to rev that engine back up. And it's not just one team, it's both teams, so both teams are going to be going through that. We had a very fast and really blistering start to this game when you're talking about both teams playing a little bit more direct, trying to get behind the defense. So it'll be interesting to see how they start coming off this long delay. Maybe one team decides to sit back a little bit more. Maybe they got to build back into the game. And again, we're starting in the first half. There's only, about 15 or so minutes left in this first half. Yeah. There's only 15 or so minutes left in this first half. So just see what they do to restart the engines a little bit, and hopefully we can get back into the form that we were in before, because it was a really blistering pace. Yeah.
Even the referees need to get that re-stretched out. It's a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Cal Jennings' 10th goal of the season, happened in the 6th minute. And I'd be remiss not to mention, this is your debut, Jeff, in the booth for Tampa Bay Rowdies, former player, former best 11 in this year when they won the championship, and there you are making the stops. What do you remember 12 years ago?
Yeah, I just remember the crowd. I remember the celebration. And of course, this moment here was a really special moment. I grew up playing soccer in this area when I was younger, and just to know what it meant to the city, and really just soccer in this community. I owe so much of my career to so many people that helped me along the way in this community. And when you're talking about my professional career, there's no chance I would have ended up having the career that I had if it wasn't for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So to be able to share this moment, not only with the people that helped me in my career, with the fans of Tampa Bay, and just to be able to celebrate it in my hometown, a place that means so, so much to me. Anytime I come back here, it's just so special. And so much has changed from that time. The field's laid out in a different direction, but the thing that they can never take away from you is a star on the chest that we were able to add that year. So to be a part of that, especially for this community and this fan base, which it just means so much to the Rowdies fans that we were able to get that win. And it's something that anytime I watch it, it gives me goosebumps, and I'm just happy to be a part of that team and do what I could to help the team win a championship, which is what it's all about when you're playing professional sports.
The money shot, the trophy, and the confetti back in 2012. You mentioned the second star to pair up with 1975, and you were a huge part of that, of course, and then parlayed that to an MLS career after.
Yeah, it was a really big jumping point in my career. It was a place where I was drafted by the MLS, and when I was released from the MLS, I was released by Real Salt Lake. Tampa immediately gave me a home, and that's been the theme of my life. Every time I come back to Tampa, even when I was in the off season, to be able to spend time here, it's always felt like home, and the Rowdies organization has always felt like home. When I come back here with my kids, when I come back here with my family, anytime I come back to this stadium, they always treat me like family here. The fans, the organization, they do such a great job. So now that I'm getting it from this view, I get to be in the booth a little bit and talk a little bit more Rowdy soccer. It's something for me that after I retired, it's important to stay involved in what's going on in the community here, especially the soccer community. And the Rowdies are doing such a fantastic job of building things here that any way that I can contribute now that I'm home, I'm more than happy to do it.
I know you could wish you could still suit up and get back out there in front of this crowd, of course, but how is doing color and being in the announcing booth, but also doing some scouting and some coaching, how has that transition been for you?
It's been good. I know that mentally I kind of think that I want to be on the field in front of this crowd, but my body certainly doesn't want me to.
Shoulders, yeah.
Shoulders, hips, all those things that you go through as a goalkeeper. But it's been fun, especially when you're talking about doing color analyst work. I've been able to do it now for a couple years, and it's just a great way to stay involved in the game, and it's a great way, to try to educate fans, but also at the same time have fun talking about it. Anytime that you're allowed to be behind a microphone and speak about what you're saying, speak about what you're seeing, give your opinion, give your input, it's something that I really value. And as a goalkeeper, I spent so much of my career standing in the goal, watching things play out in front of me, and trying to get teams organized and trying to lead, trying to communicate and all that. So now that I'm in the booth, I have a little bit of a different view, but it still feels very similar. I get to watch the game from a different perspective and try to talk about what I see going on, different things that I've learned throughout my career. So the opportunity to do that is just fantastic.
Now the future is certainly bright for you. You've got a knack for it. Really no surprise that you're finding success here in the booth, and glad to work with you for the first time. Called 3 of your games going back to the 2012 season here, and then a couple times in Major League Soccer. And yeah, certainly good to be alongside you.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. The honor is all mine as well. It's one of those things where I think, especially as the sport continues to develop in this country, and you know, with all the talk going on with the 2026 World Cup coming up, I think that players that used to play, players that have played at a high level, it's important that we come back and do what we can in the soccer community, whether it's working with youth players, trying to work on the development of things, and really just kind of laying that expertise out as best as we can to continue to grow this game that everybody loves so much. And it's going to take a lot of effort, but at the same time, I think that the more people that are playing professionally, the more people that get involved in soccer, it's just going to continue to grow. So I'm happy to play the small part that I'm playing at the moment and doing what I'm doing. But of course, when it comes to the Rowdies, anything that I can do to help this organization, I'm going to be able to do it because they've done so much for me.
The words from Jeff Attinella, my partner here tonight. These guys getting set after about a 1 hour, 17-minute rain delay. They're going to pick up a couple minutes shy of, I think, 27, midway through the 27th minute. So we're going to have about 15, 16 minutes plus stoppage, and then they're back in the locker room here, which is, as a player, I'm sure is a little tricky to navigate. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these teams are able to ramp up. One of the cool things about actually being in the booth for this game is now I get to watch the fans, and there's been some nutty things going on. There's been some nutty things going on in the crowd after this after these lightning delays. They got a couple good dance competitions going on right in front of me. Right. So I think anytime the game extends a little bit, things get a little bit nutty, but hopefully the guys on the field are able to pick up that pace a little bit and get back into the swing of things, because things were really going at a quick pace when the game started, so hopefully they're able to pick it back up. Well, we had basically a blind melon situation. We had clouds and lightning, but no rain. So the field stays the same. Capo stand is full, getting Ralph's Mob and the Skyway Casuals re-fired up, and we'll see what energy these two teams come out with.
And credit to the fans that stuck around. You know, there's still a big group of fans here. That was a pretty lengthy delay, so the crowd's still here. The energy's still right. Should be a good remainder of the first half and a good second half. Both these teams have been playing a good, solid style of soccer lately, and you know, it looks like we're just going to pick up right where we left off.
27:05 on the clock. Our referee Eric Tattersall got the notification that lightning was in the area, and now he's set to restart here on the drop. Rowdies attacking the goal to our left as we call the action to you here at Al Lang Stadium. It's a little bit later getting out tonight. And it's game on once more. Freddie Kleeman for the Rowdies. And immediately testing him long, going direct.
I was going to say, I was surprised that Farr, the goalkeeper, didn't hit the first long ball. I was expecting him to put the ball down and just try to put it over the top, but picking up right where we left off, and like we talked about, Orange County's block, it's been pretty compact in the middle of the field, so those balls over the top have been on for Tampa Bay. So coming out of a lengthy delay, why not give it a shot right off the bat?
Each team 2 shots on target in that first half, 5-2 on shots in favor of the Rowdies. And a number of cracks at it from the corner as well. This is Norris, 17-year-old, getting his second start. Playing wide here with Jamison. And they turn it over. Manjoma on the ball, on the feed from Hilton. Will cut in on his right foot. Looking to let it go. And numbers got back in time. Stay with the Rowdies, though.
It's a good transitional moment there from the Rowdies. Able to bait that ball out, find Manjoma into that space. Unable to get any overlapping runs off of Manjoma's run, but again, you're seeing their ability to attack quick once they win the ball.
How about Jordan Doherty winning that one? Perez plays a negative ball. Guillen, captain. Try to dummy that one through, nobody home. Headed into touch. He's looking for their second straight result. They had 3 straight wins here at home. Their last loss here was on the 11th of May to Birmingham. This place has been a fortress.
I may be mistaken, but I think that Birmingham game was one where they played them in the Open Cup, and then they had to play them right after. So it was a little bit of a wonky situation where you're playing the same team back to back.
The compact schedule too. Yeah, you don't want to play teams back to back, right? Here's the run from Jamison. Takes it down towards the corner flag. Crosses away. And dealt with by Doherty.
It's a good combination there by Orange County out here out wide.
Trying to find Arteaga. He bumps it ahead. Jennings on the move in the area. Jennings lets it fly. He shoots. He scores. 2-0. Tampa Bay Rowdies. 11th goal of the season. And the brace for Mr. Jennings.
We're going to let the fans enjoy this one a little bit. They waited a long time for this, and it's that direct ball that has been giving Orange County so much trouble. But look at Arteaga able to flick that onto his running mate Jennings. He does not care that Jennings has one more goal than him now in the scoring race. Plays the ball off unselfishly, sees Jennings making the run, and Jennings makes no mistake about it in front of the net. We talked about it before the rain delay. Orange County with a good build-up play. Nothing comes from it. The defense is stretched. They play that direct ball over the top. Arteaga able to flick it on to Jennings, who, like I said, makes no doubt about it. And the fans were fired up for that one. They waited an hour with the weather delay, and the Rowdies came out right where they left off in the first half.
Rowdies paid them off. So a quick start to the game and a quick start to the restart here after the rain delay. Getting on the front foot once again, something that Robbie Nielsen's got to be very, very happy with.
And so far, I think what we're seeing as well is the Rowdies' ability to adjust what the other team has given them.
Here's Norris. Nice cut on his inside foot. And cleared away by Kleeman.
It's another good response. I thought Orange County did a good job responding after the first goal as well. But back to what I was speaking about, the Rowdies doing a great job of using what Orange County is giving them. They're seeing the opportunities to play the ball over the top. Orange County's back line is playing high. Anytime that they're stretched out when they have the ball offensively, the ball turns over quickly, and it's those direct balls to the forwards that have just been causing problems for Orange County all night long.
More pressure coming from the Rowdies. Intercepted. Hilton at the halfway line. Touch back from Worth. Gabiri. Worth. Again, comes outside in. Right challenge there. One again. Manjoma to his right foot. It's it all the way across the 18. And it will yield a throw for Tampa Bay.
And this is something that Rowdies head coach Robbie Nielsen and I spoke with in the lead up to this one. When they're playing at home, they want to smother teams. They don't want to give teams the opportunity to breathe. And he actually referenced it. It's similar to the heat that you feel here. It's similar to the humidity. Just try to swarm teams as much as you can, whether it's pressing the ball up high, trying to win the ball defensively, not giving Orange County the chance to build up in the attack. But tonight it's been the situation where Orange County turns the ball over and the Rowdies are going right back down their throats. They're not giving them the opportunity to set themselves up defensively, whether it's direct play, getting the ball out wide, trying to get those crosses in, but just really smothering this Orange County team where anytime it seems like they have a little bit of life, the Rowdies are able to defend properly, counter quickly, and put Orange County back on the back foot immediately.
As this game heats up, the competition is heating up this summer on CBS. Sac Republic FC looking for revenge against a red-hot Oakland Root side Sunday, July 21st, 4 o'clock Eastern, and on August 3rd, 4 p.m. Surging Detroit City FC hosts newcomer Rhode Island FC for the first time as the USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS network. Promising look here for Orange County. Hilton made the intervention to start. And whistled for the foul there.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustration foul there from Orange County. I believe it was Cheta who ended up going through him, but it's a good job defensively here from the Rowdies. Their rotations have really been on point when you're talking about the center backs, making sure one's going, one's staying, covering the runners. Sometimes when you play this 3-back, the communication can be a little bit difficult, but they've managed it so far. Anytime Orange County's been able to get the ball wide and get crosses into the box.
Again, Majoma keeps it going. This is Perez. Another cross away, diving header for Jennings.
Oh, that would have been the exclamation mark on quite a first half hat trick.
Yeah, sitting on a hat trick. How about it anyway? Gets ahead on that, on the glancing deflected blow, and puts it just over the bar. And it might have touched it.
Yeah, I think Schuller was able to get a touch on that one. It's a big time save there from the goalkeeper, but Jennings misses the wide open diving header, unable to get a good read on it, but redeems himself almost immediately with a difficult flick on that run to the near post, forcing Schuller into that big save.
Yields another corner.
As we get another look at it here, he makes that run in the near post, tries to direct it to the far post, but it's Schuller who's able to elevate, get that touch over the bar for a big time save. Important save there for the goalkeeper. Great effort there from Jennings, who just missed the header about a play before.
Perez puts the left foot into it. In swinger right along the line. Kept alive and taken right off the foot of Arteaga. Still work to do for Orange County. Gets played right off the ball and a foul committed. So Arteaga went in there a little too strong.
Yeah, just a little bit too hard of a challenge there from Arteaga, but if you saw there after that corner kick, Hilton did a good job of putting out that counter-attacking opportunity there from Orange County. Had that ball got through Hilton, it would have been 4v1 here in the back for Orange County, which would have had a great chance, but instead the Fires put out. Arteaga gets that opportunity. He nudges him a little bit too much, draws a foul, but important interception there from Hilton.
Farah and Farah, Tampa's personal injury lawyers. You can find them online at farahandfarah.com. Shuttler all the way to the other end, keeper to keeper. Shuttler had a headed goal in a 2-2 result against Sacramento, where they were able to half the points late. Third goalkeeper goal in USL history in that match. And Tampa Bay sniffing for another one. Boy, helter-skelter here defensively for Orange County right now. Well, you can't say anything before the ball's at the other end. That one went over the line.
And again, it's Jennings able to get around this outside left side for Orange County. Plays the ball across almost, I'm not sure how that ball doesn't go in. Hits the heel of the Orange County defender as he's making his run to cover his goalkeeper. Does his job, keeps the ball at the back of the net.
And the center back, Marcus Nakam, is down. The Norwegian have to recover. Center backs, like goalkeepers, generally in the line of fire for a lot of attacking posture and play.
Well, those are goalkeepers' best friends. Yeah, goalkeepers' best friends, those center backs. But again, on that play, it's just Kyle Jennings having an easy way here, getting around the outside of this Orange County defense. It's really just been one simple run, able to drive at people, able to attack these 1v1 situations, getting behind those back lines, plays a dangerous ball across, tries to return the favor to Arteaga. Somehow the ball stays out, hitting off the heel of the Orange County defender, but these direct balls, getting the balls out wide behind these center backs, it's just been too easy tonight if you're Orange County.
Whoa, that one mishit a bit, and it will yield a corner the other way. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I think that one caught the goalkeeper Jordan Farr. Just a little bit off track there, trying to connect with the goalkeeper, but the ball goes a little bit wide. Dangerous situation here, created from nothing that the Rowdies are going to have to deal with.
That one hit high, rolls outside the 18, collected there. Send it to the far post and dealt with by Farr.
That's a great read from Farr. It was a dangerous situation. Sometimes in these corner kicks, it's really not the first ball that you have to deal with. It's when those second balls come around and you have to recycle your runs, try to re-find your runners. Orange County had 2 players on the far post that were unmarked, but Farr doing a great job reading that cross, coming off of his line strong, getting a touch to it, and eventually able to gather it up.
How important is it to read that so quickly when the ball's put into that corridor of indecision right along that 6?
Well, something as a goalkeeper where your first step has to be so important. When you're talking about your first step, if a goalkeeper takes that first step forward, the next thing you know, you're not able to judge the cross properly. So reading the ball off the player's foot, especially when you have numbers at that far post and helping out your defense, coming off your line and being strong in the air, is something that I know center backs will thank you for.
Hilton played it ahead. Offside flag goes up. For you baseball fans, it's likening it to like a center fielder. You take that first step back before you try to run in.
Well, it's also too, you never want to be that. You never want to be that guy who's catching the over shoulder ball as a goalkeeper. But
correct.
But as we saw there, Jordan Farr able to deal with a little bit of traffic, get that touch to it into a safe area, and then gather it up.
21st minute, 2-0 to the good for the home side. Tampa Bay Rowdies for win number 9 on the season. 5 minutes from another break in the locker room.
I think this is an important part of the game here for Tampa Bay. You don't want to give Orange County any type of momentum heading into halftime. So staying on top of what you're doing, sticking true to your principles is an important part here as the first half comes to an end.
Jamison catches up. Norris can't produce a final ball that time. And Perez will take it out. And Gabiri helps on the throw. Now coming up at the half, we go road tripping to the Motor City with the Rowdies, who got that result last week on the road. Summer of soccer continues here in the USL Championship. Of course, we have highlights and stats. With the Jeffs, we now have a nickname.
I like it. The Jeffs, Jeff squared, a lot of different options here.
Yes, yeah, it is good.
If you're Orange County now, these are the opportunities where you're getting these set pieces seemingly out of nothing. You're not having to do too much to create. These are where you can take advantage of a team when you're not playing on top of your game. These set pieces are a dangerous time.
Low lining, outswinging ball, work to do. Arteaga carries it out himself and continues the run. A little tug of the jersey, that will bring a card. So first yellow shown in this match.
Tampa does a good job of dealing with the set piece. Looked like they were off to the races. Arteaga had a couple runners, but it's a nice tactical foul there from Norris. Smart yellow card to pick up if you're the Orange County defender there. He knew that Tampa Bay was off to the run-in, and his only opportunity was to foul Arteaga, slow them down. Smart tactical foul to slow down that counter-attacking opportunity.
Norris's first booking as a USL player. Get your money's worth, man.
Yeah, prevented a good goal scoring opportunity. So if you're going to get your first yellow card, that's a good way to do it.
Turned over by the Rowdies. A marauding run down the left side here. Chata. And too far.
Nothing's come from it, but that's 3 or 4 times now where Tampa Bay in the back line has just been a little bit slow to get the ball moving from side to side. We've seen a couple of missed passes there. Orange County is able to intercept it, start going the other way. So no time to relax now if you're Tampa Bay in terms of having the ball in your back half. Try to keep the ball moving quick. Maybe put the ball back in over the top. You've had a lot of success doing this. No reason to get the ball stuck under your foot tonight, especially with Orange County not pressing too high.
Go back to OCSC. Cycle it around. Now send it over the top again. Doherty read it perfectly.
It's a great little flick there from Doherty. Able to retain that possession.
Oh, another great flick. And now Yagabiri's in open space. on his high horse. He'll give it a go. And it's out of play. Looks to be another corner for Tampa Bay.
Shuttler up to the task on this one. This one starts with Arteaga. This is why having a number 9 who's good on the ball is so important. He plays that Vic through. Nagyami's looking for Jennings. He picks his head up, but no one on Orange County decides to step, so he has to go himself. Nice hard driven low shot towards the near post, able to create that corner kick.
Perez switches spots. 6th corner now in this first half for Tampa Bay.
They've really just been swarming him, haven't they, this whole night?
There's the short option again if he wants it. Going to make sure the socks are looking good first.
A lot of shin guard adjustment there. I didn't see them move too much, though. Not really sure what we were fixing.
Okay, running from the doorway. Another in-swinger dealt with, and we'll put out. Going to be a throw-in. A slow roller.
It's a good ball in there from Perez. It's a dangerous cross, put in a good spot, but I don't think the Rowdies attack was on the same page with that one. He had pretty much every single runner running towards that near post. Having a trail runner on that far post might have been there, going to flick on goal, but wasn't meant to be on that one.
Corner. Okay, give me 2 minutes of time here. We've reached the first 45. Pay no attention to the 74 on your screen. There we go.
Looks like Jennings might have been able to draw that foul there on the goal line.
So it is free kick instead. Like a short corner. On a youth field corner.
It's interesting Orange County going with 2 on the wall here. I used to like to have 1 here because it's really similar to a corner. They have somebody on that near post space. See if the Rowdies have an extra man in the box.
He's trying to queue up on that back stick. We'll see Nate Worth's on this delivery. I'm told he can craft the ball. For Eric Tattersall sorting things out.
It looks like Jennings in the mix for this one. He's been giving him fits all night. Not going to let the defenders get position on him. He's sitting on 2 goals.
Delivery on the way. As far as Guillen. Back into the mixer. Undercut. And I believe Arteaga put it out. And that appears to be the halftime whistle.
Yeah, a little bit of a break that I don't think many people need on the field right now, but it was a strong first half from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I thought Orange County did a good job coming out at the beginning of the game. They had a couple opportunities on net. Goalkeeper Jordan Farr was up to the task, a couple big saves there. Jennings gets that first goal. It's a little bit of a lucky one. Ball goes through Shuttler's legs, but from there it's just been all Tampa Bay Rowdies really smothering this Orange County team, playing direct, getting their opportunities on goal, multiple set pieces, playing strong defensively. I'm sure both teams will regroup at the halftime a little bit and see where this one takes them.
Kyle Jennings' first half brace is the difference. We go into the locker room for halftime. Halftime show from Visit Tampa Bay coming your way next.
Hi, welcome to Hooters. My name is Riley and I'll be taking care of you today.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence, Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your local Chevy dealer.
Get ready, get set, get check. It's just that easy to sell your car with MorganBuysCars.com. First, visit MorganBuysCars.com and tell us a bit about your car. Next, receive an express cash offer online. Then, schedule an appointment at one of our 14 convenient locations to pick up your check. Plus, we'll beat anyone's offer on your vehicle or we'll give you $500. So, get ready, get set, and get checked. Online at MorganBuysCars.com.
We welcome you to halftime presented by our partners at Visit Tampa Bay. Well, we mentioned a number of times in this broadcast that the Rowdies coming off a 3-game road trip, got a result in Detroit last week, and with them, the video team from the Tampa Bay Rowdies to give us a little travel log look with the Rowdies as they headed to Motown.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium on Independence Day weekend as Detroit City FC squares up with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hilton runs up, gives it a go. Steinwasser out. Stephen Carroll plays it out. That shot is a laser beam.
So when you come to Detroit, that's the way it is. You know, it's always a physical game. You know, it's contact, it's first ball, second balls, balls in behind. So, you know, we knew that coming here.
Manjoma, ball in, and it's touched just wide. And here we go, corner serve towards the back post. And Jope and Hill ran through. He is getting the second yellow, and Jope will get the red. So, and that ball in, it's in the back of the net! And we are in stoppage time here at Keyworth. 7 minutes. Lewis Hilton plays it short. Charlie Dennis, left foot at the top, redirected, and the rebound is put in!
Yeah, I don't think I've scored a goal like that in my career, so I'm just happy that I was on the end of it and just went in, you know. I mean, some of the top teams have come here and lose, so it was good for us to just get a point. Even when we were down, they were down a man, but it's still good to get a point.
I think we stood up to the fight, you know, and I'd like to think we did enough to get 3 points, but the way the game turned out, we're probably delighted with the one.
So Nick Moon's goal able to secure a point for Tampa Bay as they came back home where they're playing Orange County SC tonight. Halftime show from Visit Tampa Bay. We come back with that right after this.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL. You can see it in my eyes, only want the best. Everybody every night won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red.
Ride horses are broken free from the fields.
Gonna be Danny Griffin! Oh, that's a wonderful captain's goal for the Riverhounds! Gets it front! No! Michi Angelina!
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
As we take a little spin around the USL, Charleston Battery forward Nick Markinek voted the Championship Player of the Week, presented by Konami eFootball, after he scored both goals in the Battery's 2-0 victory against Birmingham Legion FC on Friday night. A couple of Orange City SC players, Owen Lamb, who we saw tonight a little bit, and Kyle Scott in that team as well after their 4-1 win over Memphis 901. And Devin Amumensa from Detroit City FC, also in the team, had that goal in the 1-1 draw against the Rowdies. As the summer of soccer continues in the USL, especially on CBS this year, the Oakland Roots and Sacramento Republic, that NorCal rivalry, will take center stage on CBS Network Television as Sacramento looks to avenge that narrow 3-2 loss at home to Oakland a few weeks ago. Another game to watch out for: Detroit City FC, Rhode Island FC. First-year expansion side Rhode Island FC, being led by Cano Smith, the former MLS star with the New England Revolution. He's got that USL Championship Player of the Year on his side, Albert Dikwa. That should be a real fun one. And another one you're looking forward to, August 7th, 7 o'clock, Detroit City FC and Pittsburgh Riverhounds trying to gain some traction this season. Two gritty teams, two blue-collar cities from the 2023 USL Championship playoff. It's a rematch when Detroit City shocked the Players' Shield winners. So your summer soccer continues all summer long here in the USL. Taking a look at the updated standings, Tampa Bay staying put in the 4th spot behind Louisville, Charleston, and Indy 11. Rhode Island just under the line, chasing North Carolina FC, and Loudoun, Birmingham in there as well. And Tampa Bay has some opportunities coming ahead with some of these teams ahead of them to maybe gain on them in the standings as we go into the second half of the season. Some out-of-town scores from tonight. These all finals. Hartford and Charleston finished 2-2 on the draw. Memphis 901 rebounds to their loss against Orange County against Detroit City FC. Indy 11 and Loudoun tie things up at 1. Rhode Island ekes out a 3-2 win against Miami FC. Pittsburgh, a big old statement win against Oakland Roots, 5-0. Birmingham Legion by a goal over Colorado Springs. Switchbacks in a couple of games that are currently in progress, including this one, and we'll talk about that a little later on. Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show will finish up. We have highlights and stats, a whole lot more coming your way next here on ESPN Plus and Tampa Bay's 44.
For somebody that hasn't been through this kind of situation before, it's kind of scary. You're hurt, your car's destroyed, how's this going to impact my job, my income, my future? And Farrah made sure that I understood what was going to happen step by step, and they took care of me.
It was my first car accident. Being so young, I was clueless and I didn't know who to reach out to and what to do. The people at Farrah, they were able to navigate me through every step of the way. They showed that they cared and I felt respected.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. and a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Welcome to Hooters. My name is Riley and I'll be taking care of you today.
This is Tampa Bay halftime show continues. Jeff Radcliffe alongside Jeff Attinella. 2-0 to the good for the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the strength of a couple of goals from Cal Jennings. And a lot to like, especially the quick starts. Start of the game and then coming out of the rain delay for Tampa Bay.
Well, the lightning delay was really the only thing that could have slowed this game down, I think, the way that it started. And really what we saw first from the beginning of the first half was very direct play from both teams. Both teams taking the opportunities to play those balls in behind, try to stretch those defenses out and get in behind. And both teams were having a little bit of success with that early. And then the Rowdies were able to settle in a little bit. They were able to get that goal, find their way into the game. As we check out the highlights here, this was about 2 minutes into the game where Orange County was able to play a direct ball, finds that flick into space, and Rowdies goalkeeper Jordan Farr had to be up to the task early in this one, and it's a very important save, especially at home. You don't want to go down 1-0. And as we see here, Rowdies able to build in this game a little bit. Cal Jennings takes that touch inside, and on the flip side, not a goal that the goalkeeper Scheller was happy to give up. It ends up going right through the wickets, but that came from a lot of sustained pressure from this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. And this was the highlight that absolutely nobody wanted to see, the lightning delay. But right out of the lightning delay, again, we see some direct play, some confusion at the back for Orange County. It's Arteaga getting that flick of the header. Cal Jennings making no mistake about it in front of goal. Able to add that second one almost right out of that lightning delay. We were wondering how they were going to respond, and it was a lot of the same here. And again, it's Cal Jennings getting around that right side. Somehow Lamb's able to keep this ball out of the back of the net, tracking his runner, covering for his goalkeeper, does a great job of that goal line clearance to keep the scoreline where it is. An important thing to remember in this game, because 2-0 is a lead, that if you're Orange County, you're okay with that. And if you're Tampa Bay, if you're able to go up 3-0, that's a different story. But when we get a look at the possession, it really looked like the game of possession evened out for Orange County after that lightning delay. Tampa was really doing a good job of dominating that statistic. Very split here, but again, look at the corner kicks for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. That's something that stood out to me. Just sustained pressure, sustained attack, able to create opportunities, whether it's getting opportunities on goal, getting corner kicks, getting these set pieces. We'll see if they're able to capitalize one on the second half, if they can keep up the pressure. But a good first half from the Rowdies. But again, that 2-0 lead is nothing to be comfortable with. You want to stay on top of your game. Be aware of those long balls over the top if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies defense. But still try to get that goal. Still try to search for that third goal as we get started here in the second half.
All right, these teams ready to go. We switch sides. Rowdies now will attack the supporter end of Al Lang Field. And it's game on once more. Goals number 10 and 11 on the season for Cal Jennings, the difference. And we're back to action. Not many people have left following that 1 hour, 17-minute rain delay. But what do they say? That 2-goal lead always the most dangerous in soccer, especially coming out of a break. That little lull you got to guard against.
That next goal that's the most important in this score line, because if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies, if you give up that goal, then Orange County feel like they have a lot of momentum. You go and do a little bit more of a defensive shell. That's why I'm going to see the Rowdies, especially early in this second half. I want to see them still push a little bit. I want to see them try to see if they can get that third goal. They've had the better of play. They're the home team. The humidity, the rain delay, all these different things are tough to deal with if you're the visiting side. So see if you can push a little bit. Don't expose yourself too much defensively, but see if you can still push a little bit to make this lead a little bit more comfortable.
Do have a sub at halftime. We'll get you apprised of here for Orange County. They trying to find an answer to this Rowdies attack.
I just talked about it coming out of halftime, and another set piece opportunity in a dangerous spot. They ended up opting to go a little bit quick here. Arteaga with the opportunity, far post. Oh, good job there by the goalkeeper, standing his ground. But these are different opportunities now if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies, where taking advantage of these set pieces, you've had so many in these dangerous spots. Went with the quick play there, able to get an opportunity on goal. Orange County was ready for it.
Kind of looks a build out of the back.
Yeah, we're getting a look at it here. Good effort there by Ortega. Shuttler, the goalkeeper, had that near post cover though. Good positioning from the goalkeeper for Orange County.
And he's back on the front foot again. A little too strong from Hilton. Here's Chava.
Oh, it's good defensive work there on that counter pressure.
And now turned over. Jennings sitting on a hat trick. He'll let it go. Takes a little deflection. No problem for Shuttler there. Got a body on him quick.
Yeah, you could tell what Jennings was thinking. You could tell what Jennings was thinking once he picked that ball up on top of the box. Trying to make that hard run across, but 3 or 4 Orange County defenders around him. Anytime you have a player sitting on 2 goals, you're not going to fault him for trying to take an opportunity on top of the box like that.
The change we were alluding to from Orange County is at center back. Andrew Fox has replaced Marcus Nakim. So we saw Nakim go down with a slight injury at some point in that first half, and now cooler heads need to prevail.
Yeah,
so what will usually bring out a change other than an injury at center back?
Yeah, and that's part of the rain delay issue as well when you're talking about trying to get the bodies warmed up or trying to get back up to game speed. Looked like it might have been a little bit something. You never want to speculate, but just resting the body a little bit more. That change of center back probably had to deal with that, as we saw. He was able to gut out the end of that first half, but spent a little bit of time on the ground, so I'm sure Orange County is just being careful with their center back.
Orange County didn't fill out a full team sheet. They had 17 available players. So 5 outfield players, 1 goalkeeper. And they've subbed at defense to start. Meanwhile, Rowdies have another corner. Corner kick number 8. Another in-swinger. Punched by Shuttler. Hilton. Floated ball. Didn't quite get through. Kyle Scott was there defensively. Still work to do for Orange County. And high pointing the ball was Shuttler.
It's a good sequence there for the Orange County goalkeeper. Does a good job on the initial corner kick. Able to get a strong punch to it. Ball recycles around, able to grab the ball at the highest point off the top of the Rowdies attacker's head.
Lamb at full gallop on the right side to Jamison. Didn't call his name much in that first half. And Weekly sent in on far.
And he seems to be hobbling a little bit as well as he's making his run back defensively.
It's Kyle Scott, the Englishman. Long ball. Headed back from Doherty. Kyle Scott in his 3rd season at Orange County. Played for FC Cincinnati and MLS before that. Chelsea youth system product. Kind of as steady as it goes. The attacking midfielder for Orange County. Look for Andrew Fox, another Englishman as well.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit ago, Jamison really just not able to grow into this game at all. We've seen a couple balls he had in the first half over the top, got a couple crosses in, but just hasn't been consistent, hasn't been able to find the ball, and that's a credit to the Rowdies defense tonight. Yes. I think early in this game, the wingers were a little bit too high. They were able to find these spaces in behind, but good adjustment by the guys on the field or the coach on the sidelines. Pull those wingers back a little bit, worry about your defensive responsibilities, and ever since they've done that, we haven't been calling Jamison's name for Orange County.
Patient attack here from Tampa Bay. Here's Worth. Youngabiri will lay it back. Doherty. And we'll see it go behind for a goal kick. Well, the USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Just continuing to spread like a fungus. Soccer. Well, fungus is a bad thing, right? Unless it's a mushroom or something.
Depending on the fungus.
Yeah. And yellow.
Red card.
Straight red. And Norris.
Oh, might have been a second yellow here.
He did have a yellow in the first. Yep, second yellow. So the young 17-year-old has now left his team down to 10. What do you make of the challenge here?
Yeah, if we get a look at it here, just comes in. Looks like he initially got the ball first. His cleat does go up, goes through the attacker. I do think he got a touch on the ball first, but it is a dangerous challenge, warrants a yellow card, and unfortunately for the youngster, he'll be spending the rest of the night in the locker room. And for this Orange County team, when you're talking about a limited bench, you're talking about already having to make a sub defensively, not to lose a midfield player, someone who's been pretty lively on the ball, to a red card situation, just makes things a little bit tougher here for the road team.
I expect Paul Hardiman to maybe make a tactical change here.
I think if you're Norris, you're feeling a little bit hard done by that, but he did get a touch of the ball, but that cleat was up. He made contact with the Rowdies player.
Learning experience for that young man. He did look very lively as a player. He didn't run a play. Guillen surveys things. Patient working the ball. Kleeman got a head to it. Puts it behind. Now you've got to make an adjustment, right, Jeff, is a defensive team when you're down a man, but sometimes there's a change that needs to be made when you have a man up.
Yeah, I think for Tampa Bay, this is an opportunity where you want to make sure that you stay disciplined. You're up 2-0, but also you talked about before the game wanting to smother this Orange County team. This is the opportunity for you to smother them, and I don't mean necessarily pressing your team really high, trying to turn them over, spending all your energy pressing super deep into Orange County's defensive half. What I mean by that is this is your chance to get on the ball a little bit, get on the ball, move the ball from side to side, make Orange County work defensively, almost make them feel so uncomfortable when you have possession of the ball that they expel all that energy playing defense, having to stay tight defensively, that eventually you're passing them so much, they're having to do so much work that they open up and you're able to find goals that way. So a good opportunity for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to put their foot on the ball, move the ball around, get this Orange County team really working, and that'll open up opportunities for you to get another goal.
And the longer it goes, the more risks they'll have to take in the attack.
Yeah, for Orange County, I don't think now is the time to go all out. You just lost an offensive player. 2-0, still an okay spot.
Boy,
but
Jennings keeps his feet. Jennings lays it back, and nearly an own goal. Deflected out, it'll be a corner. Youngabiri was crashing that back post, as you should.
Yeah, it's a great run again from Jennings, who's just having so much joy getting around this back line of Orange County. I think he picked his head up. He opted to play the ball back. I think he had Youngabiri on that far post. If he was able to slip it across the goal, would have been there for an easy tap in, but opted to try to play the ball back to his forward mate Artiego on top of the box. Unfortunately for Orange County, that didn't get deflected in for an own goal. Cal Jennings really doing a little bit of everything here tonight for the Rowdies.
Right. Perez and Worth. This near corner. Short. Change the angle of attack. Hilton. Let that go, and that chance goes awry. Minute. It's a 2-0 game. Again, Ed Norris sent off after a second yellow. He'll miss the next match against San Antonio. Tiaga putting some pressure on. Ooh. That smothering you're talking about. Don't let him out.
Yeah, Orange County doing a good job there in that build-up. Moving the ball from side to side. Tampa Bay pressing pretty high, using their energy defensively. Really searching for that third goal.
Guillen. Joma. As a negative ball back. Scott. Chatta. He's got more work to do now. He can use the width. Rowdies will have it on the throw-in. Nielsen, good to be home. Hilton crossing the halfway line. Head to Worth. Good technical ability there on a turn. Trying to get it out to Mujoma. Owen Lamb. Chatta. Now Scott. Captain sends the ball forward. Promising here for Zubac. He can't complete the final ball. That will be a foul committed by Hilton.
Yeah, the Rowdies defensively there, stuck in a lot of 1v1 situations. You're up a man. I don't think you need to be that stretch, cause that chaotic opportunity on top of the box. And now if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies, get your wall set up. But if you're Orange County, you have an opportunity for a set piece in a really dangerous area to get yourself back into this game.
That's one thing you don't want to do when you've got a man advantage, is give a lot of free kicks and set piece opportunities.
I think on that sequence, Tampa Bay was still pressing pretty high, and once Orange County was able to get the ball behind their back lines, they were in a lot of 1v1 situations. So then you're doing that scrambling defending where you see a foul like this on top of the box. This is a difficult spot for the goalkeeper as well. Anytime you're dealing with a straight on ball, you have to rely on your wall to cover that one post. Make sure that you're covering yours.
Got to get this up and down in a hurry, though.
Yeah, it is pretty close to the box, but right in the middle is a difficult spot there for the goalkeeper.
Give it a go and send it into the night.
Yeah, great job by the wall. Got the timing right, and they absolutely needed it because it looked like that ball was going to have the ability to get up and over, but good timing on the jump prevented a goal there for Orange County. And again, we talked about it in the first half, where if you're Orange County, the road team, set pieces are really that equalizer, especially if you're down a man. So important defending moment here for Tampa Bay. Don't want to give up opportunities on set pieces, especially to a team with 10 men.
We've played an hour. Flood here, trying to cut this lead in half on this corner. Gets not far enough. Over the top. And Mujoma gets there first, and now will draw the foul. Full head of steam.
That's a great job there by the Rowdies defensively. When the ball circles around in those corner kicks, it's really, sometimes it's not the first ball, sometimes it's the second ball, sometimes it's the third ball, because the tendency is for those runners to lose track of their marks. But I think it was Worth there who was able to stay on his mark, win that header, and then when Joma had that room, had all that space, just got a head full of steam, able to draw that foul. Now I'd like to see if the Rowdies can get that ball moving a little bit more, make Orange County play in this block, try to move the ball side to side, a little bit more possession, make Orange County work defensively, let the game open up to you a little bit more that way.
Well, can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app. Will be Orange County ball.
Oh, just missed it there. Just missed it there.
He had it.
They had everything
trying
right.
to pick the pocket.
They had everything right. They had the press. They had everything right. Arteaga sliding over to win that ball and go to goal. Just missed it.
Well, relax boldly in Tampa Bay. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. Not been a pleasant visit thus far for Orange County. These two teams 1-1-1 all time against one another. Going back to that 2021 championship, won 3-1 by Orange County. Chance for that third star denied for the Rowdies.
I was going to say, I think anytime Orange County comes here, there has to be a little bit of that revenge on the mind of anybody within the Rowdies organization.
And a change here for Tampa Bay. So Daniel Crisostomo coming off the bench. And Nate Worth, the Academy kid. 18 years old, making his first start tonight. How you would assess his performance?
I thought he did a good job. He was lively on top of the ball, did his work defensively. A couple passes there that I think he would have liked to connect, and he found himself in behind a couple times where maybe if he made one or two different decisions, we would have had an opportunity on goal. But I thought from a player, especially of his age, he fit into the team. You didn't notice a difference. You didn't notice an age difference or anything like that. So I thought he showed himself really well tonight, getting himself involved in the attack and as well helping out defensively.
Charlie Dennis in for Perez. Now Worth came on a transfer from the FC Tulsa. And there's Jennings, and he's offside.
Oh, just the slightest of margins too. You can see it from here. Just the slightest of margins on that one.
It was 10 and 11 earlier tonight.
Let's get a look at it here. He does everything he can, but it's really that last step. Yep, just that last step there from the outside back of Orange County. Tried to do as best he could to run that line, but just a little bit too far ahead.
In the corner. Wanting a call, did not get it. Crisostomo gets the first touch. Njoma ahead. Just trying to get him that hat trick.
Well, it's really been those runs all night for Jennings that's been the recipe for success. He's just making those runs off those center backs, peeling off that back shoulder, finding that gap in between the two.
You love watching those forwards at work, have that work rate. They're trying to get on the end of everything.
Well, those are the most difficult forwards to play against, the ones that just keep moving. Make center backs always have to talk, always have to communicate, passing them on. Maybe he has to track that runner as a center back. You don't want to keep falling around one of these forwards all night.
Yeah.
And Jennings just moves so much. And on the flip side, you also have to worry about Arteaga, who's able to do that hold-up play. He has 10 goals for himself. So you're talking about a forward combination that not only do they both score a lot of goals, but they're also both, they work so well together.
Right.
One checks, the other makes the run. They're unselfish. They don't mind passing the ball, which is something you don't see from a lot of forwards all the time.
Crisostomo head down. Deflection work to do for Orange County and headed back to Shuttler. Norris red cards changed the complexion of this game. Last 13 minutes, pace has dropped off just a touch.
Yeah, and if you're Tampa Bay, you're in no rush to speed the game up.
Nope.
That's going to be on Orange County, where they really haven't had any success offensively tonight besides a couple direct balls over the top, 1v1 situations. But when you get down to 10 men, it's tough.
It's a foul. Crisostomo, guilty party. So just comes into the match, picks up a yellow, goes into the book.
Yeah, maybe trying to get up to game speed a little bit, just a little bit late on that challenge.
It's his third yellow card of the season.
That's something now you need to be careful. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything to give Orange County a chance to level this game up. Playing on a yellow card, play a little bit differently. Make sure the timing is right of your tackles. Maybe don't get stuck in as hard. Just something to be aware of.
Inside that final half hour, the urgency is going to start to tick up. Orange County got off the schneid last week against Memphis. Had lost 4 of 6 before that. Rowdies. Nothing doing that time. Tampa Bay looking for their 4th straight home victory here. Orange County ball.
Yeah, Cleveland, he's been a pest for these Orange County's forwards all night. You see the ref counting how many fouls he's had. And you love to see that out of a center back, not making life easy for the target forwards. Always letting them know you're there. You're not going to get a clean touch. You're not going to get a clean header. Center back's here, putting pressure on you.
It's back to Shuttler. Change here. No. Yep. For the Rowdies. Here comes Damian Rivera. So Jennings' night is done. And boy, has he earned it.
Yeah,
Man of the match type of performance.
Absolutely, and it's not just the goal scoring that he provided. It was just the outlet runs. It was just a different movement, creating opportunities for teammates. Of course, anytime that a forward of his caliber scores 2 goals, that's going to be all the talk. But he provides so much more to this team than just his goal scoring. But I'm excited about this Rivera player. So far in his time, he's made an impact. He's gotten on the score sheet. He's made differences in games. And here he has a good opportunity to prove himself. You have 22 minutes of work. See if you're able to get that 3rd goal. See if you're able to put that work in. Maybe you could be that guy that's providing the extra scoring outside of Arteaga and Jennings. They're looking for someone to fill that role, and so far he's been up to the task.
Yeah, 2 goals thus far for the Cranston, Rhode Island native, on loan from the New England Revolution. Part of the Costa Rica national team youth setup. Played for the U23s. So there's quality there. And if you're Robbie Nielsen, you've got some pretty significant injuries with Leo Fernandez and Nick Moon bodily, but boy, you can bring these players off the bench. It's such a deep team. And it'll be a corner earned again for Tampa Bay.
We talk about the injuries, and this is really the time of year. Orange County's going through it as well, where these are the dog days of summer. Right. You're traveling, it's hot, you're dealing with delays, you're dealing with all these different things. But for a team that has aspirations of winning a championship, this is where you build your depth. This is where you give guys the opportunities to get minutes. Maybe they wouldn't have gotten as everybody was healthy. Give those guys that are injured the opportunity to get on the field.
We saw last year Dennis had some quality on this left foot. Lofts it. Kleeman down. And off target by that much.
Yeah, the center back, he's been sniffing around the goal tonight. That's 2 or 3 different corner kicks he's been able to get his head on. Unfortunately, just not able to redirect it on the net so far.
As a goalkeeper, did you prefer when they were the high arcers and not the driven?
Yeah, it made it a little bit easier to track. I think that's really, as a goalkeeper, that's one of the things where, as you progress.
Given away, Rivera. Unable to clear. Dennis. Joma whistles another one in. Intervention made by Fox. And back out. Rowdy sniffing blood here. Guillen. Now just trying to boss it, using time. Ball whistled into the area, falls to the back stick. Youngabiri able to keep it in with that pace.
Oh, it's well done.
Right in the breadbasket there of Shuttler.
You could tell the Rowdies' intention, still putting balls in the box, still putting crosses into dangerous areas. But back to your point as a goalkeeper, those lofted balls, it really gives you the time. If you're a field player trying to work in a game a little bit, those lofted balls, it really gives keepers, it really gives defenders the time to get themselves underneath of it. If you find yourself out wide, whip that ball in. Goalkeepers hate it. It's tough. There's a lot of traffic. You never know what can happen if you put that ball in the box with pace.
Yeah, So the higher the ball, the bigger the advantage for the defense, you said.
I don't want to be giving all my tricks. I'm still a goalkeeper union supporter.
That's right. How about that one? Whistled on, and the second chance there goes flying over the bar. Golden opportunity to make it 3-0. And Rivera just kind of got underneath it. Didn't sit for him.
Yeah, I think they might have caught him off sides on this one. But again, you're getting a look at Rivera, who he just has a nose for the goal. And sometimes it's a great initial shot. Took a little bit of a deflection. It's a great save there from Shuttler. He's able to get down, but the rebound spills out, and Rivera just a little bit ahead of the game there. But that's where you see it. Sometimes there's players that just have a knack for being in front of goal, being in the right space at the right time, and sometimes that's what makes the best forwards.
As Ryan Davis likes to say, the fox in the box.
I like that. I like that one.
Pal Ryan Davis, normally in Jeff's chair, calling some cricket, I hear. Native Trinidadian loves, that's his second love next to the beautiful game. And Felios will also be back, so we're just happy to hold their chairs here tonight.
I'm sure that they're happy that we had the weather delay too.
Yeah. You guys take that one, please. Now get ready. Rowdies fans, mark your calendars for July 20th as your team takes on Indy 11. Join us for the ultimate watch party at Grand Central Brewhouse, located at 2340 Central Ave. Enjoy $25 wing and pitcher specials all game long with a chance to win prizes. It's Grand Central Brewhouse, brewed with heart. Down for a watch party. Trainer out.
Don't threaten me with a good time at a watch party.
Yeah. Here comes some change. Zuback will come off.
I think of these changes, I was wondering when Orange County was going to decide that it's time to start going for it.
Cameron Dunbar in.
You're down 2-0. 2-0 on the road, down to 10 men. Need to start getting a little bit more offensive.
Chata out. And Christian Sordo, player with some quality, will come on here. 7 goals last year for Miami FC. El Salvador International, 3 caps. Former DC United youth player. Has some technical ability. They need some magic as we go into this final quarter hour.
That'll be interesting to see what Orange County does here for the last little bit. Do they start to open themselves up here with the subs, take a little bit more risk offensively?
Doherty on the attacking half. Yankabire. Channel cut off. And we'll initiate the switch here. Kleeman, as the pressure comes, moving him back. Oops. Wrong jersey. That one through. Back post. Off the post. Well, that was the chance to get back in it.
We talked about it earlier on. Really the only changes from Orange County outside of those first 5 minutes have come from passes from Tampa Bay, not able to connect in that back line, maybe playing a little bit slow. We spoke about how those subs coming onto the game, that means Orange County is going to start pressing a little bit higher, as we see here. Dunbar does everything right. He beats the goalkeeper far, tries to find it on the far post. Just unfortunately for Orange County, it's been one of those type of nights. The ball bounces off the post. Nobody there from Orange County to clean it up, but from a Rowdies perspective, that's what we talked about. You don't want to be lackadaisical in the back half. You want to be able to play the ball around, connect your passes as we look at a little bit of a break here.
26 minutes to, actually 76 minute now.
So it might be a water break.
It must be a hydration break with the humidity.
That's really the only times that we've seen the Rowdies get themselves in trouble tonight. It's those missed passes out of the back, giveaways, and I talked about it when those subs come on. Those subs mean that there's fresh legs in Orange County. We saw it right away. They started pressing a little bit high defensively. They were sitting in their own back half. They pressed a little bit higher. Rowdies turned the ball over. Really fortunate not to give up a goal there, which would have really changed the complexion of this game.
No doubt. Then a frenetic final 15. Just take this time to remind you that you can tune into ESPN2 for a USL Summer of Soccer showdown between Championship Eastern Conference rivals, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Hartford Athletic, as they battle to stay in the race for the playoffs in the USL Eastern Conference. Saturday, July 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Rowdies, should they hold on here, will be back on the road next week. They're 3 of their next 4 away here from Ao Lang. It's just that summertime where you move them north for a little bit. At Indian, the home against Charleston, which will be a key matchup. At Monterey Bay, at Phoenix. Well, that's not an easy trip either. But everybody's got to do it.
Yeah, I think if you're the Tampa Bay Rowdies, you like where you're at in the standings.
Win the home games, steal some points on the road every now and then.
Especially when you're talking about, you know, there's going to be a lot of home games in the back half. You're talking about all this travel that you're doing during these dog days of summer.
Right.
It's not the worst thing to be away from Florida this time of year. It's hot.
Rivera nearly got through. Dennis takes a deflection on its way out. Corner kick, Tampa Bay.
But back to that point, you know, I was having conversations around the Rowdies training facility, just the vibes and how you're feeling, where you're standing. And, you know, anytime that you have that loaded back schedule with home games, you're in the middle of the pack, you're in the hunt for that top seed in the East. You're still trying to piece all these things together, but you're collecting enough points to keep yourself in the race where you could really peak into form towards the back half of the season. I think the schedule works out well for him.
Dennis surveying things. Approaches with a left foot. In swinging, arcing ball. Punched the left hand by Shuttler. Rowdies will keep it. Dennis lets it fly off the woodwork. We'll have another crack at the apple, perhaps, if he can stay on the ball. Able to do so. He fights and fights with Sordo. Draws a foul.
Oh my goodness, we almost had a goal of the week candidate here, a no doubter here from Dennis.
Man, that came off the moorings. He hit it so hard.
I think it hit off the inside corner of the goal. Just gets it onto his left foot. Had the goalkeeper absolutely stuck. Nothing he could have done here, but watch it go into the side netting. Oh, just an inch away from an absolute perfect shot into the side netting. Dennis can't believe that ball didn't go in.
Those quicksand moments that you have to hate as a goalkeeper, right?
Sometimes all you could do is just watch and hope for the best. You can tell on his face, still frustrated,
right.
Still can't believe that ball didn't go in.
So it's probably going to be Arteaga all the way. He'll go for it. And just went over the top and into the supporters. So you mentioned the new training facility that opened up last year. How does that change the game for this team? I don't think you had that when you were. Where did you practice when you were with the Rowdies?
We did not practice at a facility like that.
Yeah.
I will not. You know, my years with the Rowdies were very solid, but we did not train at a facility like that. But
game changer.
When you look at game changer, absolute game changer. It's one of the best facilities. I haven't seen all the facilities in the USL, but I can't imagine that there's many better out there, if there are any better out there. And these players, these players down in Tampa, they have everything that they need. They have the staff, they have the facilities, the weight room, the training grounds are amazing. They have turf fields, they have grass fields. They get to play at a beautiful place like this. So anytime you're talking about coming to Tampa Bay and especially if you're talking about bringing players here to take a look at what you have, it's really one of the best facilities. I would put it up there with a lot of MLS teams as well.
Word gets out too for players that want to come here.
Absolutely,
have that their own little home, right?
Absolutely, this is a club where I've talked about Ao Lang a lot. I love this place, but you talk about the facilities and the resources that Tampa Bay and the ownership has put into this team. It's truly top class. So if you're competing for championships every year, if you're on top of the standings every year, you have these facilities, you have these resources as a player. It's a place that players want to be.
9 minutes plus stoppage remaining. Cal Jennings, the 2 goals, that's the difference now. Had a 1 hour and 17-minute weather delay. So we had no rain, just lightning in the area. Fard working on his, hopefully, 7th shutout. Granted, any goalkeeper will tell you it's not just his shutout, it's the 10 in front.
Yeah, it's a goalkeeper's job to buy the donuts if you get a shutout for practice the next day for the back line.
All right. Any particular donut place that you were partial to?
Man, I wish I could shout one out, but I don't have any down here yet.
Back heel. Get them out running. Again, so good. What's happening here? Oh, they're going to pull it back. Flood is down and booking coming.
Yeah, we talked about it. He's been warned. He's been warned the whole game. See the referee here as well. I know the crowd doesn't agree with it, but I do think the referee did a good job here. He tried to allow the advantage. The ball turns over right away, and then he rewards Orange County with the free kick. But if you're Kleeman as a center back, he's been stepping into these challenges, not letting these forwards get comfortable. We see it again, just late on this one. Hits him with his forearm. Forward does a good job of selling it a little bit more than I think it looked like in live action, but he's earned that yellow card. He's done a good job tonight, making life uncomfortable for Orange County.
Second yellow of the season for Kleeman, who's done yeoman's work replacing Forrest Lasso, who needs to rehab an ACL injury. Big loss for the Rowdies, but they've seemed to have been able to fill the role.
Yeah, they've managed. And this is where we're talking about the depth and the importance of having depth in your lineup.
Rowdies on the move again, trying to put this to bed. Rivera. Not that time. The reserves in this match that have come in, not going to sit on it. They want to be part of this as well and get themselves back into that starting 11.
We spoke about it. Depth in this league is so important because there are injuries, there is a lot of travel, there's a lot of things that go on through the course of this long season, and anytime if you're coming off the bench, you get an opportunity to play. That's an opportunity to impress the coaches. That's an opportunity to prove that you fit into this rotation, fit into this lineup. Really gives yourself an opportunity to get those quality minutes as the playoffs get a little bit closer.
Coming around the edge, Doherty measures it up. Irishman backing it up. Yangabire, too high. Well, this portion of the match brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint.
It's good patience there. It's good patience there waiting for the late runner. And this is kind of what we talked about in the open. The Rowdies have to find another goal scorer. They have to find somebody else who's putting the ball in frame consistently. And those are the type of opportunities that you want to put on frame. You want to test the goalkeeper. Right. You have those open looks.
So now 21 of the 31 goals scored this season have come from Jennings or Arteaga.
Listen, if they keep scoring, you're not gonna be upset about it. But it is important to find that extra attacker. It is important to find those extra options. If you look around the league, the better teams in the league, they have multiple goal scorers across the board. People scoring 3, people scoring 4 goals, and a lot of that also has to do with the Rowdies getting healthy. But it's important for the team as the season goes on to find a couple more options who are able to put the ball in the back of the net.
Robbie talked with you about that in training the other day.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. He was very open and honest about where he feels the team is, what the team's looking for. Happy about the form they're in, happy the way they're playing, understands that the road trips are tough and there's an adjustment period, especially as a coach when you're coming into this league, but really stress the importance of getting more numbers around the box, getting opportunities on goal, finding goal scorers outside of the big two.
Doherty falls to Dennis. It's on target. Shuttler saw it despite being screened a bit. Dennis showed last year he could score goals.
Yeah, he's almost had a couple here in the last 10 minutes. Yeah. So one hits the post, he gets that good look on top of the box, and really for the Rowdies, it's all about these late runners right now. They're doing such a good job getting the ball deep behind that Orange County line. Those late runners coming from the midfield, getting those open looks on net.
Really controlling this match. And Crisostomo, now Rivera on his right foot. Now Gabere. Swing and a miss. And Flood breaks free. Guillen backs up with him. Waiting for help. Flood to his left foot. Fires over the bar.
Really good job there defensively from the captain. It's a 2v2 situation. McGean does a great job of just slowing him down, not giving him an opportunity to get comfortable on the ball. Ends up opening himself up. He's able to get a good look on it. Far had it covered, had it been on frame, but good job not overcommitting, not letting him get behind, keeping everything in front of you.
Flood came over on loan from Phoenix May 31st. After some of those injuries in the Orange County roster. Now he's trying to just see this out. Maybe add an insurance goal late on.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity here. Get the ball moving.
They've led from minute 6. And to touch it goes. Rowdies will have it.
You can tell all the elements we talked about, the home field advantage in the open. Of course, Orange County's down to 10 men right now, but all the elements that you deal with when you come to Florida in July, you can see heavy legs all over that Orange County field, just tired of chasing this ball around.
Really direct, but they don't have that option. No longer Jamison there to chase. Powers out there now as well. Didn't see him come in. Long MLS career in Colorado and Orlando. Playing more of a defensive role here for Orange County. Sastamo using the width. 89th minute.
See if we can get one more. Give these fans something.
Yeah, you waited through this rain delay.
You know, see if we can get one more. Give the fans something. Give fans one more reason to light off a little bit of smoke.
Nothing here in the second half. It's almost like we had 3 periods in this game because of the weather delay. Sastamo. Left foot from Shuttler. Joust. Dunbar. Scott. It's our 90th minute now. Long switch. Sordo. Fourth official for how much stoppage we'll have here. Seeing 4 minutes of stoppage time added here. Unless my eyes deceive me. Yep, 4.
You can tell how much this shutout means to the goalkeeper Farr. 4 minutes in stoppage time, still trying to keep his team organized, still barking at his defenders, making sure they're staying on top of the game. I'll speak with him a little bit in his practice as well, and you know, he really feels at home here, really feels comfortable, likes the coaching staff, the relationship with Robbie Nielsen. It's just been great for a goalkeeper, and not all the head coaches know how to deal with goalkeepers. It's a different position. A lot of times, you know, it's up to the goalkeeper coach to make sure that the goalkeeper's involved and in tune with what the conversation is. But talking about how his conversations with the head coach have been all solid, good open communication, good relationship, which is super important, especially when you're talking about a goalkeeper coming to a new team.
Jordan, a long way from home in Oregon. So it certainly has to be an attractive option to get you away. You know all about that, right?
Yeah. Very 2 different places, Oregon and Florida. So I know we spoke a little bit about getting to get a little bit more off the field, where if I can help him feel a little bit more settled into Tampa, I'm more than happy to do so.
Doherty. Spins that one out of play. Jordan's been all over the field. Change here for the Rowdies as we the final 2 minutes of stoppage time. So Zane Bubb will make his debut. Defender. Come in for Hilton. So Zane Bubb, don't boo. Here, Jeff. UCF product.
Oh, boo. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
is Cal Jennings, by the way.
No, I'm just kidding.
Out of Jacksonville. Played most of his college career at Virginia Tech and finished up at UCF.
You know, I'm more than happy to support him in the Rowdies gear, but if he starts talking college, then we'll have to change the conversation a little bit.
Start at Creekside High. Most of his college career playing for Coach Calabrese over in Orlando. One of those guys you want to bring the depth in. So he's playing a defensive mid-roll here, it appears. 6'3" listed. So we're about to enter the final minute of added time. The Rowdies go away with some style here. Not giving up. Here's Bubb getting involved and earning a corner.
There you go. Couple minutes, make a little bit of an impact. Yep. Get your legs underneath of you. Get the taste of what it's to be on the field for in a professional setting. This is an area for the Rowdies as well where they've had so many different types of corner kicks where you're drawing this many types of corner kicks. You want to start forcing the goalkeeper into making some saves on these.
Dennis has had a lot of quality on this left foot here since he's been entered into the match.
He still wants more action in the box.
Tapped high by Shuttler. Collected by Rivera one-on-one. Gets the edge, crosses away. Low liner, smothered and covered by Shuttler. And we've reached the 4 minutes minimum. I think we're going to let this go too far. And Eric Tattersall, whistle to mouth, and this one is in the books. It's a Rowdies winner, 2-0 over Orange County. Tampa Bay, all 3 points, move up to 32 on the season.
It was an important win. It was an important win for this Tampa Bay team. They're back home for one. You had to get all 3 points. They talked about wanting to smother this Orange County team, and they did just that. Couple chances for Orange County early in this one. They hit the post in the second, but it was really against the run of play. But just overall, a very solid performance from this Tampa Bay Rowdies team. Able to get on the score sheet early, protect that lead, played solid defensively, created multiple opportunities. I think if you're Tampa Bay, the only thing that you're hanging ahead about is the scoreline could have been much more. They had those opportunities, but they wanted to smother this Orange County team, and that's exactly what they did for the 3 points tonight.
Cal Jennings, 2 goals in the 2-0 victory. We'll put a green and gold bow tie on this when we come back here on ESPN Plus and Tampa Bay's 44.
Very different people, very different medical conditions, who all have one thing in common. They and their families chose Orlando Health for care, where our expert teams gave them one more thing in common: their lives back. Orlando Health. Choose well.
If you have a situation where you need a lawyer, Farrah & Farrah's team give you the best service that you can have. They set up all your doctor's appointments. They are very honest, very trustworthy. You couldn't be in better hands.
Whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. There's nothing soft about soft tissue injuries. But somehow, big insurance companies have the nerve to not take them seriously. If you're dealing with a soft tissue injury, call Farrah & Farrah. Our results are no accident.
Chevy gets it. I want it, and I can afford it can be one and the same. With Chevy Trax, a car and driver 10 best. The rugged Chevy Trailblazer. And Chevy Colorado, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Chevy, all you want is all within reach. Connected by OnStar. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models. Or get $1,000 total cash allowance on this Equinox. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Well, the two Jeffs got to call a 2-0 game as the Rowdies improved to 9-4-5 on the season, beating Orange County here at home. Jeff Radcliffe, Jeff Attinella, and workmanlike win. Got through a delay and a man up and played it. Here's what we had.
Yeah, really just a professional performance from this Rowdies team tonight. They know they needed to get 3 points at home, and that's exactly what they did. And it got started early, and Cal Jennings really did a little bit of everything tonight. This one here, a little bit fortunate that the ball goes through the goalkeeper's leg, but it was really that sustained pressure that created these opportunities for Tampa Bay. And early on in this one, especially in the first half, it was a direct play. Arteaga does a great job flicking it into his running mate. And that back line of Orange County had a tough time dealing with these balls over the top all night long, and the Rowdies were able to take advantage. You give a player of Cal Jennings' caliber these types of opportunities that he had throughout the night, and he is going to create. He was scoring goals. He was getting in behind those back lines. As we saw here, almost able to draw an own goal here from the Orange County defender. Not sure how that ball doesn't go in, truthfully, but it was something that we saw on display all night here. And if there were a couple things to nitpick about this Tampa Bay Rowdies team, it was really this movement around the back line. Created a couple opportunities. Fortunate here that the ball doesn't go in. Maybe if it's 2-1, the game changed a little bit. The intensity ramps back up, but sometimes when things are going your way, they go your way and they hit the post. And unfortunately for this one, for Dennis, the ball didn't go his way. He hits almost a picture-perfect shot that would have had us talking about goal of the week here at Al Lang Stadium. But
here's a look at the stats.
A very professional performance for the Tampa Bay Rowdies to earn these 3 points. Possession, they dominated. You look at the corner kicks, 11 corner kicks. That really just talks about how they were smothering this Orange County team, which is what the objectives was. 19 shots, 2 goals. I said it at the close. Maybe they would have liked to find the score sheet a couple more times. There were some more opportunities to put the ball into the back of the net, but you talk about all the different things you're dealing with. Coming off that long travel, dealing with a lightning delay, dealing with an Orange County team that was super pragmatic to start the game, but they were able to get the result, able to get those 3 points, and now they get to sleep in their own beds, which is something they haven't been able to do after a game for quite some time.
Right, that's not something they're going to have to do a lot of, unfortunately, as we look ahead at the upcoming schedule for the Rowdies, presented by Mint House. 3 of the next 4 on the road, 2 of them against teams above them in the standings. 3rd place in the 11 next week. Then they come home to take on Charleston. Always a grudge match with the Battery. They're the 2nd place team in the East right now. Then it's on the road at Monterey, at Phoenix, and then looking for a little payback against Loudoun United and Detroit a little further down the line as we get into the fall.
Yeah, if you look at the upcoming schedule here, there's really not an easy game on the schedule. There's no easy games in the USL, but a team like Indy 11, they're coming off of an Open Cup run. They're buzzing right now. They're in the semifinals, and then you really circle that home match here against Charleston. That's going to be a big one. If you have the opportunity to get down to Al Lang for that one, it's going to be something that's really special. 2 of the best teams in the league, 2 teams that are jockeying for a position in the East. And again, if you want to find yourselves on top of the standings at the end of the year, you have to get points on the road. It'll be a difficult summer for the Tampa Bay Rowdies in terms of travel, but anytime you're able to collect points, you get your 3 points at home, collect your points on the road, and of course, we talked about those 3 points. That's what they're able to do tonight.
Jeff, nice working with you. Got to see you win. Your good luck. 2-0 Rowdies over Orange County. The 2 goals from Cal Jennings, number 10 and number 11. For Jeff Attinella, for Tom Sipos, our producer, and our video art productions crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from St. Pete. Rowdies a winner tonight, 2-0 over Orange County. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. That was some bad shit there.